Hey, what's up, guys? This is Big Daddy Carnivore, also known as Austin Farrow. Um, Today is my 180th day on carnivore diet. It's been awesome. I mean, it really is crazy how much better I feel compared to 180 days ago. I mean, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Um, I even, the last 30 days since my last video, it's been busy. Um, I went on a work trip. First time I got to travel with my company. I went to a freezer site and was helping that side out. They were in they needed a lot of help. So me and a coworker, we went out there, and it's really cool of him. He was like, "Hey man, like I know you're doing this thing. I'm proud of you. He's like, I'm not gonna, go out of my way to eat, stuff you can't eat in front of you." I was like, "Oh, well, you don't have to do that, man. I can control myself, but if you want to try it and see how you feel, try it." So he did carnivore with me while we were out there for 10 days. So that was really cool of him. It was it was a modified carnivore. Let's say that. We ate out every night. We didn't have a kitchenette or nothing. All we had was a microwave and a fridge. We each had our own room. So, we went to the store, got stacked up on some bottled water. Because they were saying the water in Ohio is really bad for you. So we were like, we don't want to take that chance. So we stuck with bottled water. Stuck that in the room, and my biggest downfall about this trip is I started drinking Coke Zero again, and for me that's really bad. I was addicted to Coke Zero before this. I would drink a 12 pack in 2 days flat, easy. Like there were days I'd be going out at 1 in the morning, going to different gas stations trying to find a 12 pack of Coke Zero because I was craving it. It was not good. So I gotta fix that, and I will. I've slowed down since I got back, but I definitely need to get that under control. It hasn't really hurt me, since my last video. I'm pretty sure I'm down 10 more pounds. Overall, we're at 180 days. I'm down 78 pounds since I started carnivore. 88 pounds since my heaviest. I got back from a cruise in March. I weighed 421 pounds. And I was just eating, drinking everything I could when I was on there. It was all inclusive, right? So, um, that's when I got back from that cruise and stepped on the scale. That's where I was like really told myself, all right, I need to hit this hard. And that's where I actually on that cruise with my dad is when I learned about the carnivore diet. He had been doing it for a few weeks before we went on the cruise, and he tried to stick with it. He did his best. It's hard when you're on vacation like that, um, but he's back on it. He's doing his best. He's not losing as much as me, but he's also got other things he's fighting. So he got a he got a glucose monitor thing, the thing you put in your arm, and his sugar's going up in the middle of the night, and it makes no sense. So he's trying to figure out what's causing that. Hopefully he does, and that'll help him start losing weight, because like he definitely hasn't had the luck I have with losing weight. So we're thinking it could be his arthritis medicine. We'll see. Um, Hopefully he gets that figured out, because I know he enjoys his diet. I mean, he's the whole reason I started it. He told me about it and shared with me the books and the YouTube videos and all the docs on there that we follow. There's live YouTube stuff that we both got on. We're both at work, but it was our lunch hour, and we're both watching this. All these carnivore doctors, they have great information. After a while, it does get repetitive. I'm sure I'm part of that too. Now that I'm making videos, But it's all very useful stuff, and it keeps you motivated. It's very important to watch that stuff and just stay motivated, because this diet isn't hard, but it is easy to get off track, just like I did. I was on this trip and ended up drinking a lot of diet soda, a lot of Coke Zero. I ate a lot of chicken wings, which I know that's not very carnivore because you don't know what it's fried in. And we were in Columbus, Ohio. I never even thought about Columbus, Ohio in my life, so it we didn't really know what they were known for. We just tried to stick to chicken wings when we could. Hopefully steak if there was a steak place, and also cheeseburgers. Honestly, going to McDonald's was for lunch was a pretty good, easy thing to do. It's expensive, but you get 2 quarter pounders with cheese and bacon, and you're getting a pound of meat that way, and it would help. It would definitely get my energy up, and you don't eat the bun; it's just the meat, cheese, and bacon. But it ends up being $15-16. At least out there. I get back here, order the same thing. It's $20 without the bacon. It's crazy, man. It's wild how it can be so different state to state. And I've rarely seen it. I've traveled before, but when you end up looking at something that costs the same, or you order the same thing just at a McDonald's and it's different, that's just so wild. But that's the world we live in now. So anyways, we should try to get steak for dinner when we could. We went to Texas Roadhouse one night. Had a beautiful big old ribeye. Oh my god, it was so good. And then we ended up going to Outback another night, and they had some other steaks. I can't remember exactly what I got. I got a big steak, but they had an option to add this garlic butter. Oh man, I was like, yeah, put that on there for sure. So I put that on there. I ended up eating some asparagus too while I was there. It was, didn't hurt me. Like I said, I still lost weight while I was out there, and I was just trying to maintain at that point. I was like, I don't have my hard-boiled eggs, I don't have my bacon or steak. It was difficult, man. You had the free breakfast at the hotel, and we had the fake eggs or whatever they make. They made some good omelets one morning, but yeah, it was difficult. I don't really see me traveling a lot and maintaining this diet. It would be really hard and really expensive, so I definitely think I'm just gonna stay home, travel a few times out of the year, but I'm not ever gonna be a full-time traveler, man. It's just not for me. I don't know if it's really worth it money wise. It's definitely not worth it health wise. Most of the people I've seen go travel for my company, they definitely put on some weight. So, and it's hard when you're traveling and you don't have kitchen stuff. So yeah, and when you're out there, you're just out there to work, so you're not really doing anything else. So yeah, I came back. Got my race car running. Not that that's really relevant to this video, but it is relevant to my mental health because I love that thing. It's been down for 11 months. I blew it up last October. We got it running. We got it on the dyno. It made 750 horsepower. I'm very happy about it. And it's been great. I just want to drive it all the time. Unfortunately, it's now September, so it's getting to be winter again soon. Fall is the best time. We call it boost season because temperature drops, car makes more power. It loves that cold weather, so looking forward to that. But yeah, it's going good. Been busy. I went and took care of my grandma for a week when my aunt was away. That was another week. Like I was like home, but I wasn't home. I was at my grandma's house, and with my schedule, I wasn't getting back to her house till 7, 8 o'clock at night. She had already eaten dinner, so I just was kind of sticking to how I was eating when I was out in Ohio. So it's been rough. I finally got groceries yesterday, so I can meal prep for the week and finally have a normal week this week. Only to then next Friday, a week from now, we are going to New Mexico for a race. I went to the finals in this race last year. Got the car running just in time, so hopefully we can go some rounds, at least make it to the semifinals. That's my goal. I just want the car to live. But yeah, we're going to drive 6-7 hours away to go to a drag race Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and be back. So it's not hard, to do carnivore when you're traveling. It's just expensive. It can get expensive eating out versus when you're cooking at home and you're trying to be carnivore friendly, right? You want to be full enough to where you're satiated, but to do that at a Burger King or McDonald's, it can get expensive, but we'll get through it. I've been looking forward to this trip all year, so I'm glad we got the car running. A bunch of my friends, they got their stuff running, so we're all going as a group. It's gonna be great. But yeah, we are 180 days on carnivore. Foot pain is pretty much gone. I mean, I might feel some pain if I'm standing in one spot, not walking for a while, and I'm just standing there in my feet. Other than that, my back hasn't felt this good in years. And I'm still a big dude. I'm still 332 pounds right now, so I'm still up there. And that was the thing I noticed this morning. Like, I woke up and I was like, all right, I got to get my measurements and weigh in and all this, and I was doing that, and measurements were looking good, and then I did my photos. I was like, damn, I don't really feel like I look that different, and I'm taking them. Then I made the collages, and I'm like, all right, you definitely see a difference, right? So it's like, it's better, but I still got a long ways to go. I'm still over 300 pounds. I would like to get to, we're at 332 right now. I would love to get to 220. Even less than that would be great. But 220 is like my ideal goal. So I still got 112 pounds to lose. We'll get there. It definitely has slowed down. I don't lose weight as fast as I did in the beginning, which I expected. That's the same thing I've always seen. But we are getting towards holiday season. I know that's always hard, no matter what diet you're doing, because Thanksgiving, you want to just get down on whatever somebody's making. So that'll be a challenge. But with carnivore, it's not that bad. You can give me all the turkey you want. I'm gonna eat it. But it's been great. It really has. Let me go over my measurements here. I know my last video we went over the blood results, and that was the only blood results I got. I asked my doctor what was up, and he basically said, "Oh, I only order the full lipid panel if necessary." And apparently, I didn't make that clear enough to him. Like, no, I want that, but it's all right. I'll get it again in February, and we'll just compare. Because last time in February when I got my blood drawn, it was pre-carnivore, so I know my cholesterol numbers and everything look better. So I feel pretty good. I see no negatives about carnivore at this point, regardless of what my doctor thinks. Um, that's just how all the carnivore doctors have said they're going to be. That's how these doctors are trained, is to 10 minutes in a class full of nutrition. And yeah, we'll see how that works out. I can't wait for Homestead How, Carrie Mann to come out with that Healing Humanity documentary. Man, I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna share the absolute dog shit out of that thing, and I'm gonna shove it down all my friends' throats, because I see too many people that are in much better shape than me as far as weight wise. They're always in pain, always tired. I'm like, guys, you don't realize this is your diet doing this to you. So you just got to eat a proper human diet. Eat more red meat, and you're gonna feel better. Um, it's crazy. Day in and day out, I see tons of people just suffering, and they're in their 30s. Like, it shouldn't be like that, man. Like, that's another reason why everyone needs to open their eyes and look around and try it. I'm telling you, try carnivore for 30 days. Write down how you feel before, write down your weight, take your measurements, do it for 30 days, and look back, look at all those things you wrote down and be like, damn, I don't feel that anymore. I don't think that anymore. It helps your mental clarity. If you have depression, it can help your depression, your anxiety, all that. So it's truly incredible what the proper diet does for you. I'm doing it for weight loss more than anything, but all those other things have helped too. It really has changed my life for the better. It's incredible. Yeah. So again, let me go over my measurements. So my waist measures right now. It measures at 50 inches. That is 9 inches lost since the beginning. Hips are also at 50 inches. That is an 8-inch loss since the beginning. My chest is at 49 inches, which is a 6-inch loss. Left bicep is at 14.75 inches, and that's a 2.25-inch lost. Right bicep is at 14.5 inches, which is 2.5 inches lost. Here's my favorite part. Left and right quad, 29.5 inches. So I finally got them bad boys under 30 inches. Remember when I started this, they were 35 inches each. It's massive. That's one of my quads was an average man's waist. So I've always had big legs, and I am tired of it. So yeah, both of those are at 5.5 inches lost. Calves is another part of my legs being huge. My left calf is at 23.25 inches for a 3.75 inches lost. Right calf is at 22.75 inches for 3.5 inches lost. And then my neck, which is kind of a weird thing to measure, but I just figured why not throw it in there. That's staying at 16 inches. I've lost 1 inch there. It's kind of been that way for a while. I don't really see my neck getting any smaller than that. But that brings my total inches to 299.25. So I'm under 300 inches total. And again, the calves and the neck are not a common thing that most people measure. I do, because I definitely have huge calves, and I wanted to track how much smaller I could get them. Most people only measure your waist, hips, chest, biceps, and quads. So with those measurements, I would be well under 300. But with my extra stuff, it's good to be under 300. I'm really excited about that. Like I said earlier, when I started this, I was 410 pounds. Prior to me starting it, I was all the way up at 421 or 420. I'm currently at 332 pounds. That's 78 pounds lost on Carnivore, about 88 pounds lost total. So we're getting close to that 100 number, one way or the other. With my inches lost, this is a cool number. We're at 47 inches down. So that's huge, you know. And you gotta take your measurements. It's a very vital part of a weight loss journey, because the scale can be your worst enemy, especially if you weigh every day. I do weigh every day. That way I can track that, because if I start going one way that I don't want to go, I need to get that under control. I had a great breakfast this morning since I had groceries. I had ground beef, scrambled eggs, and 6 pieces of bacon. Gary Mend on Homestead How, he calls it a power bowl. And damn, it was good today. I have not had homemade scrambled eggs in a while. So it was so good to cook the meat and put the eggs in with it and mix it all up. Oh man, that was one of the best homemade meals that I've had in a while. And honestly, I was pretty full all day. I didn't eat dinner today. I was at a car show, and there were some food trucks. I got some all beef hot links. They were pretty cheap. I just ate the links plain. But I wasn't really hungry at the time, but I figured might as well eat then. That way I don't eat later. I'm trying to stop eating so late at night. So that was a goal of mine that I need to get on. It's hard with my schedule, but I gotta get home and eat right away. Today was a day off, so it was a little different, but for work days, I need to get that under control. I need to stop eating so late. Try and fast for a little longer. Another thing about the traveling. Before I started this, I went on a cruise, and I had to get a seatbelt extension no matter what airline I was on, United or Southwest, whatever. And, the seatbelt extension was probably, good 6-8 inches out. So that's huge, And this time, going to Ohio, we flew out on United. I was getting ready to ask for an extension. I was like, let me try it. I actually got to buckle it without an extension. So that is a huge, huge non-scale victory right there. It's one of my pet peeves about flying. I was so big that I need an extension. It's super embarrassing to ask for, but you gotta have it. You gotta be buckled in, right? So, luckily, didn't sit next to anybody on the way out, and didn't sit next to anybody on the way back either. On the way back with Southwest, I figured that might be different as far as the seatbelt extension, but no, I actually got to buckle that one too. So, no extension needed. That was huge. Very happy about that. That's one of my favorite things about losing weight. I've done it before, but I love to travel, so I gotta stick with it, man. Like, there's nothing worse than sitting next to somebody and having to get a seatbelt extension, and you're crammed like this the whole flight because you're freaking overflowing into their seat, and you feel bad. You don't want to crush them, but I got lucky. Didn't have people next to me. Either way, I think on the way back we even got the exit row, so that was sweet. It was a long flight, really, for Ohio. Colorado to Ohio was way farther than I thought. But yeah, down 78 pounds, no more seatbelt extension. I put on a pair of 48 pants today, or shorts, so that's new. That's a new low size for me this year. Excited about that. And then, yeah, we're 47 inches down, so pretty excited. Like I said before, give Carnivore a try. If you're overweight, if you're depressed, you got anxiety, you got arthritis, you got pains, try it, man. It will help you. You got to be strict with it. You gotta stick to it and give it a shot. Give it 30 days. Once you hit that 30 days and you look back, go to 60. And try to, eat. Even when I traveled, I was sticking to meat only. I had a couple vegetables in there, but it was I had vegetables. I didn't have ice cream. I had vegetables and Diet Coke. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. I know I shouldn't have, but we're getting back on track. Once I get back from New Mexico, I'm gonna hit it hard to the end of the year. I'm gonna try and get to. My goal is to try and get under 300 by end of this year for sure. That would be awesome. I haven't been under 300 since, maybe 2019. I did another similar diet, and I got to like 290, and then it just got too expensive. I couldn't afford it. I got my apartment with my girlfriend and was paying for that, and it was just a lot of money for me to be paying even half of that apartment. It was huge. Apartments out here are insane. So, but we're past that. The best part about Carnivore is it doesn't really cost money. The information is free, and it's simple. Eat meat or nothing else. Meat and butter. Lots of butter. I eat that Kerrygold Irish butter. Oh man, that stuff is incredible. So much better than that store brand stuff. Yeah, just stick with it. Make a plan. Stick to the plan. If you get off track, make your adjustments. Get back to your plan. It is huge. I mean, go ahead and I have a video I made back when I started this, the day I started or the week I started, whatever. And see how different I look. It's awesome. It really is, And I don't work out. I need to start working out. But this is all just diet right now. 180 days of just dieting. I have a pretty physical job, but I don't work out, so it really is incredible that how much your diet can do for you. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll probably check in 210 days, and so on and so forth. So far, these 30-day updates have been going great. But yeah, this is Big Daddy Carnivore signing off. Thank you.